Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Tom Hackney. I'm the Director of Personnel and Professional Standards. And I come to you this afternoon to announce the arrest of one of our corrections employees today. Today, we arrested Jarvis Brannon III. Jarvis is our employee since April 4th of 2016. And as of today, he is no longer our employee. And let me tell you a little bit about why. So he is in a relationship with a female who is a civilian employee that works for us. And they had lived together in the past and had recently separated. She is pregnant with his child, and in the course of their separation, she had packed some of his things up today at a location on the west side, and he came over to pick them up. As he gets there and is more or less just kind of waffling around, not wanting to pick his stuff up, not wanting to leave, an argument between the two of them ensued, and he pushed her. She is obviously pregnant and pregnant with his child. She fell and was injured in the fall. Police were called by her, and we have since arrested Mr. Brannon III for battery, domestic violence on a pregnant female. This is the third arrest of JSO employee in 2019, and the only domestic battery arrest that we've had since 2017. I can tell you this much, that I am pleased that Mr. Brannon no longer works here. My tolerance level for those who want to put their hands on their partners is extremely low. A person that decides to do this, whether they're our employee or not, in my opinion, is a slimy little salamander that truly does not deserve to breathe the same air out in freedom that we do. And I'm more than happy that he is no longer A, our employee, or B, able to make his way around in public. I can answer some questions, however, no misconception. I want to protect the identity of the victim in this case, which I will do adamantly, so but I can answer some questions.
Can you tell us a little bit about his history? I see it's here. Has he had any other major complaints?
He's had a couple minor complaints that we have since he got hired in 16. There's only been, I think, one level of discipline that he had, a level 1 written reprimand that he had last year. But nothing serious. There had been no other complaints like this about any kind of physical force, and no complaints that we're aware of in regarding any domestic relationships that he's had in the past.
Was he fired or did he resign?
He resigned. However, that's fine. He chose to take that way out, which we're more than happy about. That makes life easier for the citizens of Jacksonville and us. But had he not done that, we would have been more than happy to take steps to fire him.
Is he still jailed?
I don't know. He was in the process of, as we were setting up the press conference here, being taken to the jail. Whether he's still there or not, I don't know, and whether his bail will be set or posted, I'm not sure about.
Can you tell us how she's doing? Is she seriously hurt?
Luckily she's not seriously hurt. She did receive some bumps and bruises from their altercation, but that's thankfully she's not. But the fact that he elected to lay his hands on her, I mean, that's just beyond acceptable.
You said she was a civilian employee with the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office. Do you know, was she a subordinate to Mr. Jarvis?
So, again, I want to protect her identity. And the more I talked about those kind of things, it may do things to not protect her identity. So, it's not for lack of wanting to pass information on, but again, I will vehemently protect her identity, and to answer that probably would not do that. So,
Director, do you know if anybody else was at the house? Were there any children present?
I honestly, I don't know. I know she has children with another person. They don't have any common children together other than the one she's pregnant with now. But whether those kids were home or not, I'm not sure about.
How far along was she, and is there any indication that the baby has been injured?
I know she was about 4 months pregnant, or is about 4 months pregnant, and I honestly can't tell you whether or not there was. I know she was treated for the injuries, but further care from that, I'm really not sure about.
Were they married technically, or were they together? Can you specify?
I think they were just together. I mean, they had at some point in time lived together in the past, creating that domestic relationship, as well as him being pregnant, or she being pregnant with his child also.
Can
Any other questions?
Director, had you been called to their location in the past? I'm seeing a Friday date on this arrest report, is that correct? It says the incident was around Friday, from 20 hours to 2010 hours. Yeah.
I honestly don't know about that.
Did it happen, did the incident just happen today, or did it happen Friday and they
As
saw
far as
the
I
warrant?
understand, it happened today. This was not something that happened before, but I will, after we're done here, get some clarification on that for you.
And then do you know if in the past week or so JSO's had any interaction?
No,
with
there's
them?
been no other interaction, reference to either of them.
Any other questions?
Is the other person a police officer?
The person that was arrested,
The parents.
The
The parents of the child.
Yeah, the parents of the child, are they both police officers, or, specifically you said corrections officer, because the victim?
Brannon, until he resigned this afternoon, was a corrections officer, a line level corrections officer. And the most I'll say about her again is she's a civilian that works for JSO.
And what did you say, a what corrections officer?
Just a line level, an entry corrections officer, and
Okay.
he's not, no supervisor or anything.
Any other questions? All right, thank you, Director.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.